Tomorrow starts what I believe is the biggest bass fishing tournament in years. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, my name is Steve Chapman. Tomorrow is day one of the Ultimate Angler World Championship. I truly believe it is one of the biggest bass fishing tournaments we've had in decades. Not only because of the payouts, but because of the anglers that are in it. This is the first tournament where we're seeing Major League Fishing, Bass Pro Tour anglers, and Pro Circuit anglers go up against the elites and the opens and the EQ anglers, as well as a ton of other anglers that qualified and paid $500 to participate in this tournament on Lake Guntersville. There are 189 anglers competing for $1.3 million in cash and prizes. And one angler is going to walk home with $500,000. Second place is going to walk home with $130,000. Now, you had to qualify via the MPFL, the Elites, the Pro Circuit, the Bass Pro Tour, the Opens, the EQs. There were so many ways to qualify. It was almost crazy. It was hard to keep track of. But now we have an unbelievably successful field that is stacked with some of the biggest names in the industry. 100 of those anglers are going to get a check, guaranteed. Top 50 make the final day that will compete for that $500,000. Now, they are going to be supposedly streaming on their Facebook page. They're using Fullcom Media, which is the group that broadcasts the NPFL. That's the NPFL's platform that they started last year, which is great. And I'm not sure, they're only streaming the weigh-ins. I need to make that clear. They're not streaming during the day. Maybe there'll be some anglers that will stream during the day. I don't know. But they're only streaming the weigh-ins. From what I understand, and the only information that I've been able to gather, is that they'll do it on their Facebook page. And that's facebook.com, The Ultimate Angler, all one word. I'm not sure if they're going to do it on YouTube. I wish I had answers. I'm really surprised by the lack of just information that this Unified Pros and the state of Alabama has put out about this tournament. I think with the right amount of media and the right amount of people putting out the information, I think would make this huge. But again, getting a hold of somebody is really tough and very disappointing. The anglers will not be allowed to use forward-facing sonar. That's the other great thing about this tournament. It's not just the payouts, it's that the anglers are going to have to make sure they can fish the traditional way. And I can tell you firsthand, in just keeping track of a bunch of anglers on Instagram, there have been a bunch of them that has spent so much time out there learning how Guntersville is fishing right now that I think that we're going to see a bigger name angler that's just put in the time do really, really well. And that'll be exceptional for that angler, because this is life-changing money for some of them. And even some of the guys who haven't practiced a lot, everyone has an opportunity to win. This is an absolutely fantastic tournament, one that I think brings the whole community together, even though we had a lack of communication with the organization. And like I mentioned, having the MLF anglers versus the elite anglers, and having the college athletes and high school athletes and all these anglers come together, this is really fantastic. And someone's going to win a ton of money. Actually, a lot of people are going to win a ton of money. And that's great for the anglers. And it puts a lot more emphasis on what this sport could be with a tournament like this. This is benefiting the hobby and the sport. And I really do appreciate the state of Alabama and all the sponsors that have put in for this Ultimate Angler World Championship. Now, they have Mark Davis, unbelievable angler, as tournament director. They also have Lorna Alina and the Worthwhile Wait in concert on the 11th. And just a side note, it's kind of crazy, but there's a big bass competition on Lake Guntersville at the same time. And I don't know who would allow two tournaments on the same body of water as the time of this tournament. So I'm kind of questioning that. But do you think this is a huge one? Do you think an MLF angler or an elite angler will win it? Or do you think someone from out of the pack that isn't a pro angler will step up and win this tournament? And who is it? And who should be the favorites? Are the locals the favorites, or are these guys that have spent weeks out there pre-fishing? They had to stop fishing on the 30th. But some of these guys were out there every day trying to figure out pattern, trying to figure out what was going on. And this is normally a time when frog fishing is really outstanding. Is it going to be a frog bite, or are you going to see people flipping and pitching? That's the question I ask you. And who do you want it to win it? That's the other question. Who's that favorite? So comment below and tell me what you think. Thanks to all the new subscribers and members and everyone who's interactive on the channel. I really do appreciate it. I've done 2 videos on this exact thing. I filmed one a few days ago. I'm filming this one only for some little updates. But I can't wait to cover this. I'm going to try to do a video every afternoon about or where everyone stands and see where it goes, because I really do think this is huge. I just wish there was more communication with, maybe I am not industry, and that's all right. I don't mind. But comment below and tell me what you think. And again, thank you. I really do appreciate everybody who's interactive on this channel. But if you're not a subscriber, click that like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you know when the next video drops. Remember, take a kid fishing, tight lines, shears, and get your fish on.